Good morning, Larry. Nice to have you join us, buddy.
Morning, Larry.
We have John and Dave here. I don't know if anyway. So the reason this was in no trade is you never go more than three candles past. It's pulled up to the major resisting. Remember I said the 25 and the 75. They're the hardest ones to break through. Where the 50, well, the zero here looked like it had a hard time before midnight. I was actually looking at this trade before midnight. I was tempted to take it, but it had kind of waffled in this area for a long time. So, but the reason this would have been your trade to take, this one right here, the signal candle up to the 25. That would have been a nice trade for 12 to 13 pips. This one here is a no trade. Sorry.
Even though the MAs are pushing down and doing a squeeze.
Well, they're doing a squeeze, but the 10 and the 30 haven't come together. The 50 is still got a really good slope. At this point in time, it's to 2 o'clock. The 30 is going to act as resistance because it's pointing right at 3 o'clock. So, and that's exactly what it did here. It came down. And it kind of resisted right here on this at the 30 here. If you see that, it resisted at the 30. All right, so it came back up and it broke above the 10, and there's no reason back here. If you look back here, there's your stop. There's your reason why it stopped at the 30 right here. It had a hard time getting past here. It had a hard time getting past here. All right, so to me that this would have been a really nice and simple trade to take. Now this inside bar, if this candle had broke, but it had broke above the 25, I would have taken it. But when it's right at the 25, I wait. And what's telling me not to take this trade is this candle and this candle. The wick, this candle is much bigger, top wick.
Yeah, that was the reason why I said that it wouldn't be a trade.
Right, and then this one here, the wick was much bigger as well. Yeah. Now you can take it up to three candles after with my setup. You did get a copy of the PDF, right, John? Did Dave send you? Did you get?
Is it the original one?
Yeah. It talks about no more than 3, right? So the first one is like the first one, if the candle is set up properly, the first one is the first one after is like a 70 to 80% success, and then it starts slowly going downhill. So yeah, this was a successful trade. It finally did break, and you would have got yourself 4 or 5 pips, but because it was the last one of the 3, I would have been really hesitant to trade it because of the 25. So that was a even though you could have made your money on that one, that was a good call not to take that trade. It would have been so easy to take that trade. All right, and you said the EJ as well, correct?
Those were the 2 we were looking at because they had
all right,
they had inclination.
Let's see if the EJ tells us the same story. All right, so this inside bar is your tradable inside bar. But again, there we go. Let's go back and let's look at what's going on here from before midnight. We got all this consolidation down here. We finally had a breakout of this. It hit here a few times. We finally got a breakout of it right here. Right? It came back and it retested it right here. You can see it right there. It retested. So, and then I'm looking at the MAs. What am I looking at? It's still 3 o'clock there. Now this one MA is pulling down, and it's more to 5 o'clock. This, you know, the 10 is more to 5 o'clock. I'm going to remove this 15 just kind of. So we have an inside bar here in the squeeze, so we don't take it. We have a big break of the squeeze, and then so we look at the measure to the 25. Now the 25, again, if this had broke, I would wait till it broke the 25, right? Because if it goes up and it's only 1 pip, 2 pips to the 25, your spread's half a pip. You're going to get 1 out of that for sure, but you know, by the time you get in and everything else, you know, you might only get a half, and then it might have turned around on you. But this candle here, a London Open, this candle, this inside bar here, the body, it's about a 50-50, so that's 2.5 pips. That's a little bit more. So your wick is longer on the bottom than on the top. If this candle broke, boom, and it broke nice. It gave you like 10-11 pips right off that first candle. All right, so we have an inside bar here on the, but it's in the wiggle. All right, now it's a red inside bar in the wiggle. So right now, it's the bottom wick and the top wick are pretty much the same. Down here looking, we've had a nice clear up move, continuing up move. It's breaking a channel up here. It's breaking the top of the channel. Likelihood is it's going to retest the top of this channel and then probably keep going north. So this trade, we're going to measure from here. We got 3 pips to the 50. All right. If it breaks, I'm in that trade.
If it breaks 50.
No, if it breaks the top of the candle.
Even though we're in the wiggle?
It's because it's an inside bar. I'm going to take it. Only inside bars in the wiggle will I take in the wiggle. Now I'll sit in it no more than 7 to 8 pips. All right, and unfortunately, like it could break through. Let's quickly look and see if we can get a higher time frame here. All right, see what's going on for any resistance here. All right, so it's in this cluster right here. So I'm just gonna wait and see what it does. But if it breaks, I can go.
Doesn't look as bullish on 4 hours, does it?
No. But again, remember, we're scalping, right? So if there's room, if there's room like in here, from here to here, there's like 30 pips of room in here. There's nothing stopping us in this cavern, if you want to call it, because it's in here as well. There's nothing stopping us in here. So as scalping, that's perfect. But when it also comes to that scalping, you got to know that, okay, if you're coming up to as a resistance or a support level, how much do you really want to sit in the trade for? So, let's just bear with it, and let's go quickly scan. Let's go to the UJ for a second first, because we were already talking about these 2 trades. So I have no trade on this one. So Let me scan through the rest. And again, if I sound horrible, I apologize. My I have a bit of a head cold. I actually shouldn't be trading, but um,
You've been up all night.
oh, good morning, Larry. Good morning, buddy. Yeah, I got up.
I don't know if you could hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. I got up at well, yeah, you saw me in the room there at midnight, and then I left because I thought, I got to get up in a couple hours, so I better try and get back to sleep. But all of a sudden, a head cold. Oh. Yeah, so we really have nothing. We just have that EJ that we can be looking at the moment. Oh, what's going on here? Yeah, so we got some snow last night too. It's not a good thing. We almost had it all. It was almost all gone.
It's, there'll be no cursing in the room.
I haven't even gone. I see there's 200 messages in there. I haven't even gone in there and looked.
So do you still run a room, Dave?
No, I don't run my own room anymore. But I am part of an active, very small active room. Plus the room that you guys are in, right, with Glenn. But yeah, no, I just got. I guess my problem was, and Larry and I were talking about this. I guess the day before yesterday was, I love helping people. I have no problem, helping people. But when when they try to change your stuff, or they try to, well, have you tried this, or can you do that, and then they don't give you really the right time of day, and your efforts are not really rewarded.
Sorry.
Yeah. Your efforts are not really rewarded, so just why not trade with the people that you really want to trade with, and that all have the same mindset and goal. Because that was the problem, is that in my room I had a whole whack of people in there, and only 3 or 4 were ever really benefiting from it, and then only 1 or 2 of them continued doing it. After it's like, oh yeah, well, I found this other system and it kind of works for me, and it's like, well, that's good. So
That's why I started, with very few exceptions. I said, you know what, I'm going to charge people, and then if they're not serious, at least it was their money, and that with them. But you can only do so much. But,
well, I was charging. I remember when you were in my room. Sorry, Larry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, but you're a good man. I appreciate what you're doing. Sick and all.
There's nothing right now. I'm kicking myself for not getting up at a half hour ago. An hour ago now. Sorry. Oh, Has Pat left already? Or does he not leave? No, he's not leaving till 7 this morning, right?
Yeah, leaving in the morning.
Yeah.
Trading to the last minute.
Yeah.
You prefer scalping the London session than the European session rather than the New York session?
He's talking to you, Larry. He already knows when I like scalp.
Well, you know, either of you, given you both
Oh.
live that side.
I'll be honest. I mean, I used to, I deviated from Forex for a while, which is why I'm back here. I went on to something else. But back then, I tried to get up from, I'm in New York, same time zone as Dave, but I'm a little bit older, so it was getting harder to get up, but I was trying to get up a couple days a week. London is much more active. If I do New York, I'll just do the part of New York where London is still active, like up till maybe 11 a.m. But after that, it's a waste of time. But London is much more active.
So I mean, I'm not a good trader, Larry, but I always looked at the charts and just saw more, or what I assumed was more up and then down, or down and then up, or sideways during London, and more continuous movement during New York session. Like if it motors 200 pips, it's normally in the New York session, isn't it, rather than the London session?
Well, but what kind of trade are you? The up and down, if you're a scalper, is what you want.
Yeah.
You know, if you're doing long term, then you want the other. But Dave just mentioned Pat, who's a mutual friend of ours. He's definitely a long-term trader, and he's always up at, like, I think 1 or 2 a.m. getting ready for London.
All right, we have Tokyo closed just happening. So, all right, so let's see if we have any valid trades. So see how that EJ was a no trade. So,
So if I could, right where you are, if I may.
all right, hang on. Let me go back.
Yeah. So right there. So you had a nice trend up, and then, because I'm not that familiar with the inside bars, and I'm learning from you. So because that inside bar closed in that top half of that candle, that's how you knew this was going to go down. Correct? It's position of where it closed within the previous candle.
Yes. Yes.
So if it closed in the lower half, what would have been different? And you.
No, sorry. This candle here. Sorry. The only reason I didn't take this trade. Well, first off, it didn't break. I would have taken it if it had broke. I had mentioned that I would have taken this trade if it had broke above this wick.
Okay.
It didn't, because it's actually
not closed. Wait, sorry to interrupt. Not closed. Broke.
broke.
Okay.
Right, but I didn't take it because, well, first off, it didn't break, and the second reason is there's the only reason that's against me in taking this trade is that it's a red inside bar. That's the only one of the reasons, because there's only a few reasons I would take it. Well, there's reasons in my rules. My rules are if it breaks, I take it. If it's an inside bar, if there's room to the big number, I'll take it. So there's two correct. I got two good. The trend is good. It's nice and solid and up. So that's 3 reasons to take that trade. The only out of the 4 reasons, the only reason I wouldn't take it is if it didn't break. So it didn't break, so it's a no trade. Now, so I would have got stopped out because I would have been out right now. All right, because I would have been out right at this level right here. This is my
Right, I see.
right. So if this, it would have been a better candle for me if the body was in the top 1/3 of that candle. That would have been a very solid inside bar to take. But because it's like a doji and it's equal, it's a little bit more riskier to take, right?
Oh, You're talking the body of the inside bar, not the body
Yeah.
of the previous candle.
No,
I get
well,
it.
well, the body of the previous candle tells you this almost the same story. The wick is taller here as well than
Mhm.
here, so therefore, therefore it came up to the 50, and it said, no, I'm not interested.
Okay, so the inside bar right at the London Open was your perfect signal to buy.
The absolutely perfect signal. This one here, I would have basketed it. I would have put 4 or 5 trades on this one.
Okay, because one, it broke the lot. They broke the inside bar. 2, you have room before the 50,
Yeah.
right? And 3, because it was in the top half.
Well, I like it to be actually, this one here. See this one right here, Larry? I've got a signal that I've just made, and I'm still working on it. This green signal here, this is telling me that this inside bar, it closed in the top 30% of the candle. So that means the wick, this inside bar, I'd have been all over this inside bar with 4 or 5 trades. I would have just lotted
Because
it
it's
up.
in the top half, because it's in the top portion again.
Exactly. And
Okay,
that
getting it.
to me is a gold trade. It's beautiful. Okay, here's another one
Okay.
here, but it didn't, the bid probably broke, but the ask didn't break. Because it's only like
Well, Dave, can you go back to the one that Larry pointed out?
this one,
No, the one
London Open.
London Open.
Yeah, would we have taken that given that it finished red?
Yes, I would have, because it's still in the top 50% of the
Okay.
candle. It's just like this one finished red, but
Yeah.
it's a doji, so
Okay.
this one was a risky trade. This one was a risky trade, but less risky. This one's a no-brainer for me. Like this one here is like, if I have no open trades and I have no drawdown going on my account, I'm gonna put 3 or 4 because I don't want to go up and start changing anything. I'll just do buy 3 or 4 times, get a basket in there, and then I'll start closing each of them individually. 3 pips, 5 pips, 8 pips. Do you get what I mean?
Yep.
Sorry, pardon me.
So what just happened on the euro?
Sorry. Sorry about that. All right, so this one here,
Yeah.
now this big wick on the bottom, it's not really that big. It's four
Yeah,
pips.
it looks bigger. It's 5 pips.
Yeah. Now my MAs haven't crossed the 200 for me to say that it's long, but I drew this channel. I drew this channel yesterday, and I think I posted it in the room, and it went to the top of that channel because I posted it on this candle here, saying because somebody was saying that it was going to go short, and I said, well, be careful, because I drew these 2 lines right here as well. I said, just be careful, because you're coming to a major resistance area, and back here there's a lot more resistance as well. And I said, so I drew a channel on the bottoms of it, saying that I was looking for a pullback, or I was looking for it to go north. And so, I mean, I should have been smart and taken that trade as a long-term trader, because it would have been a successful trade. However, I'd have been so anxious to sit on that all day and watch it for 8 hours, and I just don't. I've got so much more things to do in my life than than to do that. I'd like to get, if I could get in and out of the market in 2 hours, I'm happy. And then I'll just sit here and talk and text people and kind of go over the trades with them and what have you. If I can do that, then perfect. So like I said, I was telling Larry the other day, and I told you guys as well, it's really important. You know, like Larry is asking me, he's like, well, why don't you just use the one chart? And I'm like, well, there's a reason. I like to see, when I'm looking at a trade, I'll take a quick glance as to what am I going into? Am I going to come into a resistance level? Have I broke that resistance level and it's become now support, and I'm going to the next resistance level, and really how much room do I have to go? So I have 17, 18 pips, you know, to this next level on the GJ, you know, so it's basically that 50. So if I'm looking at there's 17, 18, it just kind of, it's telling me, you know, I have room to go. So if I get a signal and I still have room to go, I'm going to, you know, I got good confirmation that it's probably going to continue. So it's important for me with real estate. You know, it's like John, it's like you have property, you have real estate, you know you've got it sitting in the bag, right? So you know, and you want to make sure that you're selling it in the right market, and you're gonna, you know, buy in the right market. So it's the same idea. Pardon me. Said hi to Nick yesterday, Larry.
Ah, I got a Skype from him yesterday asking me something.
Well, I never said that we were talking about him. No, just joking.
I didn't mention it either.
Yeah. He just asked how it was going. He said, oh, so we have an inside bar here on the Aussie dollar. Quick look. Quick look. I bounced off a channel here. All right. It is an uptrend, but it's been a pretty good downtrend here for the last 3 or 4 days. So, and I have room. I have lots of room. I have lots and lots and lots of room to the 25. Right, I got 17 pips to the 25. I'm right at. Well,
would this be a single trade or a basket?
no, this is a single trade. To me, this is just this is not, the basket is, it has to meet all the criteria. It has, the inside bar has to be in the bottom half of the wick. Everything has to be in trend, and there has to be room. You know, not bottom half, the bottom third. Sorry, that's why I'm trying to get this indicator wrote properly for the bottom third. So right now it's a no trade. It could bounce back to the 50 and then continue down. All my MAs are spreading open. I'm below the 200. All right. I'm below the 1 a.m. candle. I'm below the daily open. So to me, I'm just, every opportunity there's a good short, I'm going to take it. All right. Pardon me. So, but I'm not going to sit here and wait for it, because there might be another trade for me to hop in on. So I'll quickly go look at the other ones. Nothing. I have an inside bar in the squeeze here. But it's right at the 25. GJ, nothing. If you see something, tell me to stop and I will. No, I have a potential, but I got two minutes left. I have a potential short happening on New Zealand dollar. All right, so I'm going to look at it. Okay, quickly, I got 16 pips to there. I've got 8, 9 pips to this next swing, to the swing low. So if I get a signal on here, if my indicator tells me, to go short, I'm going to take another really quick look at it and go with it. All right. I have no trade here at the moment on this Aussie dollar.
Can you go back to the UJ for a second?
Yes, sir. There you go.
Your 200 is the white?
The UJ you said, right?
Yeah.
The 200 is the white.
Is that the one you were just looking at that you said, which one were you just looking at that said
New Zealand
looking for
dollar.
a sell?
New Zealand dollar. New Zealand dollar.
Oh, sorry. Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah. But I got 57 seconds left on this candle.
Which chart's this? New Zealand dollar.
Yeah.
It's turned off the 200 perfectly twice.
Yes. And it consolidated at the 200 over here. Look at this. 200, back up, touch the 200, back up, hit the 200, played around the 200, back to the 200, back to the 200. All right, I'm going to get a sell signal on this. If that, well, the body's got to close below, so maybe I'm not. All right, so I got 23 seconds, so I'm going to quickly scan through. I don't think I saw anything that really excited me. I have an inside bar in the squeeze, nothing. Pardon me. All right, and all right, so we have we have UJ, we have an inside bar in the squeeze. We have a
Yeah, I was going to say about UJ.
oh, it was a New Zealand dollar we were looking at. Okay, so it gave me an inside bar, but I'm not interested in this trade because it's not below the it's not below the 10. The likelihood of this trade being successful is pretty good for 2 or 3 pips, but it doesn't meet all my rules. So and if you really look at it, the bottom half of this wick versus the top half, the bottom is bigger than the top, so therefore the bulls are more in control on this candle. Not very much, minutely. But here, Larry, right there.
What?
See this inside bar here?
Yes.
That to me, I would have put 4 or 5 on that one easy.
Are we long UJ?
We're on New Zealand dollar.
It says UJ.
No.
No, sorry. Should we be long?
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I beg your pardon. I see we're looking the wrong place. All right. I get it.
Yeah, I still haven't got that figured out where we can get into the...
Sorry, David, should we be long UJ?
Let me take a quick look at UJ. Okay, something's not going on. No, it's in the squeeze.
Okay.
Give me a second here. There's something going on with this one chart. Oh, where are you? You're not even on here now. Well, that's kind of weird. Where'd you go? Close. Oops, wrong one. Close. This one. Give me a second here. I gotta drop that one there. All right, now let's go to New Zealand dollar again. There we go. All right, so this New Zealand dollar, like I said, it looks really good for a short. I'm really tempted to take it.
Mm.
But I'm not going to.
And would you take Aussie dollar now? Aussie dollar looks nice.
Aussie dollar does look nice. Lots of room for the Aussie. Lots of room over here for it to go short. But looking at, oops. There we go. Larry, if this is distracting you and you've only got good other trades to go hammer out, you go deal with
No,
it.
no,
buddy.
no, I appreciate it. No, no, I'm good. I was hoping to do something you should do is grab an hour's sleep in a little while, but when you get a break, can we look at the pound yen?
Let's go look at it. Yeah, it's waffling here. It's stopped. So, okay, and there's pound yen.
Yeah, I was just looking at the two inside bars. That's what I was looking at.
Right. But it's in the squeeze. So it's right at the 25. It's in the squeeze. We've had a down pull for the last 45 minutes. There's
But you wouldn't sell anyway because it's above your 200. Is that correct?
I wouldn't sell. No, that's a counter trend.
Right.
Roger would be all over that. Yeah, I try not to counter trend trade. It's just
Okay.
Oh, how far away?
Wow,
Missed it.
that was nice. Still going too.
Yeah, well, I'm not chasing it. New Zealand dollar. There was our entry right there on this signal bar, and then there's our exit. We'd have been out of the trade right there. 3 pips, 4 pips. Likelihood.
The Aussies as well.
Aussie dollar.
And
Yeah, and I know.
dollar yen,
Look at this. You guys are going to fire me.
and dollar yen long.
Dollar yen.
Long. We just had a signal and broke up.
Yeah. And watch what it does. It's going to stop right there. It's going to stop right at that 25. It's going to turn around. It's going to. Now, if it breaks here and we get an inside bar, we're going to go long. All right. But we're going to wait. Unfortunately, we're going to wait. I'm getting older too, Larry. I'm getting slower. Larry was in my room a couple of years ago, and why I got the nickname Gunner is they used to call me the Gatlin gun because I would take, I'd be in 30, 40, 50 trades, just bing, 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 bing. But as you get older, you get wiser.
Well, I don't know if you get wiser, but you get older.
So if you had seen that UJ trade, would you have taken it?
Absolutely.
Or would you not because it was good?
Say that again?
Or would you not have taken it because it was getting into the 25?
No, there was room. Remember we talked about it, that we measured it. There was room. There was 3 pips at least, right? So there was room to go. There was, again, scalping, you got to understand how much you want. I mean, my spread's pretty small on this, so I'd have been happy to take, 2, 3 pips.
Okay.
Right? It's better if it's better if there's 8 or 10 pips to to that area. Much
That's
better.
an incredible spread.
Oh, you've got about a 0.4, 0.5 spread on dollar yen, but what's the commission on top?
753.
753 per side.
No. Total. Less than a pip, because a pip is a pip on dollar, all dollars and all euros and all pounds. It's $10. So I'm basically, if I was to go with a standard lot, it's $10. So I'm saving $2 and change by paying.
So your total spread is around about a pip or pip 0.2.
Well, if you count the spread, it works out to 1 pip, basically. Yes.
0.75 in commission, about 0.4 on the next day, about 1.1 or something.
Yeah.
So if I may, on this UJ that you're looking at,
Yeah.
because it retraced below the 10, the candle forming now would have to close for you to enter.
No. There's the close below the 10 right here. This one here was our signal to go long because it closed above the 10.
Where's your close below the 10?
Oh, right here. This candle closed below the 10. This one closed below the 10. This one was below the 10.
Okay,
I'm waiting
okay.
very next candle, which is this guy right here, to close above the 10. And it did. So your entry candle is the candle that just finished. As it breaks, not waiting for it to close, as it breaks.
Okay, because the previous candle closed above the 10.
Right.
Okay, I get it.
All right. Sorry if I'm not being very clear.
No, it's not you. Interesting.
It's just to me, it's a confirmation. And
But if we'd done the New Zealand dollar, Aussie dollar, and dollar yen, we'd be up 10, 15 pips, I think, across the three.
Yeah, well, a bird in the hand is better than 2 in the bush, so we didn't get them, so we don't worry about them. But you're right. If we had, shoulda, coulda, woulda, right?
Yeah.
As my buddy Larry says, or no, buddy Roger says, you got to be in the game to play. To play.
Gotta be in it to win it.
That's it.
So the Aussie dollar you're looking at now,
Yeah.
technically, it's the red candle, not the big one, the second one to the left.
This guy here.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's like a hairline close below the 10. Yes, no.
Well, to me, it would have been a continuation trade on this candle here, which I missed.
You would have taken it. That was my question.
Yes, I would have taken this continuation.
So, okay.
All right. Well, I didn't get into any continuation trades with these guys yet.
Well, again, I said this to you the other day, and when you trade with other people talking, you're very distracted.
I am, because I
It's hard to trade, and it's hard to trade and teach. You can't at the same time.
Well, what I honestly try to do is, if I know I'm doing a webinar like this, I'll try and get up an hour, hour and a half before, and I'll try to get my day's rake,
Uh-huh.
and then, I can take it easy and just work with the
Yeah, no,
trades.
believe me, I told you I get it. That's why I won't do it anymore. I just, if you want to trade, then you trade. If you want to teach, you teach. And you're right, make your money before or after, but don't try to make it when you're teaching because you get frustrated at missing things and you make mistakes. So I appreciate, this is costing you money.
It
Have to
is.
buy a steak dinner. Oh, you're a vegetarian. All right, then peanut butter and jelly. Okay.
All right, nice. All right, so we have a potential buy signal coming on EJ. We have a minute left, so we're... You guys move to EJ. I'm just going to flip through my charts.
Yeah.
I'm
turning Aussie dollar off.
I have a potential
PJ or EJ?
EJ and
PJ.
I have potential on GJ as well.
Okay.
GJ actually looks better than EJ, but the spread's much bigger on GJ.
Yeah, my spread on PJ is high.
Yeah, mine's 1.2, 1.82. Yeah, I'm at my limit right there of whether I'll take it or not.
I am too. My spread is high. I'm at 3.5 with the commission.
Yeah. All right, so we have a signal. Let's go back to the EJ real quick. We didn't get a signal on the EJ. Oh, hello.
What's that?
Sounded like a mean dog.
It's mine. Sorry, guys.
All right, we
We've
have
got someone here fixing the alarm,
Oh,
and she's upset with him being in the house.
yes. Yeah. Didn't break, no trade. GU, what's GU got for me? Anything? Nothing. Let's go back to GU for a second.
Gee.
So GU is a
Less.
well, GU is setting up again now to continue short. It's been short. It's short here. It's had its pullback. It's so we're gonna dance to 75 for a little while. And those candles look really big that way.
But on EU, you want your 10 to cross under your 50, correct?
I would prefer the 10, everything to be in order, correct?
Right. Okay.
If so, potentially I'm only really interested in nothing on this pair. I'll look at longs to the 200 as long as I'm 30, 40, 50 pips away from the 200. I'll look for only longs to the 200 at this point, right? Once my MAs all are in order, I'm only looking for shorts. Daily open is down. Oh, low. Oh, ouch.
Aussie dollar. Dear me.
What did it do?
Nah, I've got to get over that.
Yeah. You can't.
Looking at mistrade.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Well, miss opportunity is still opportunity ahead of time. You got You
No, I
can,
mean, it shows the trade worked.
yeah. So we got minute and a half, minute and 50 seconds till we get a EJ, Euro Yen signal. As long as it keeps going the way it's going, let's look at GJ. Was it successful? No, it's still below. There it goes.
There it goes.
Come on.
Whoa.
I'm in. I'm in. That was an aggressive
Yeah.
move. I watched that. It was an aggressive push up. All right. There it goes.
Very nice.
Come on. Now it's gonna stall right here. So am I happy to take two? I got 2.5 on it right now. With my commission and everything, and if I get out, I got 1.5. Right? I'm out. It's stalling right there. Look at that. Now it pulled back. Right there is the name of the game of scalping.
Okay.
That's why my broker loves me.
That's very true.
All right, so I, did you guys catch that trade? John?
Didn't catch it, saw you do it though, yeah. Saw the reason, saw you get in.
Right. You see, when I was watching it, because I had the opportunity to watch it come down here, and how aggressively it pushed up to the 10. Up to the signal. That was enough for me to say, just get in for a quick hit.
It was a great exit.
Thank you. I guess the whole point is don't be greedy, because if you're greedy, and if I was greedy and I wanted to sit here and wait till it got, I set my take profit at 11 pips. So if I wanted to be greedy, I could sit here and wait, but I know right now I have,
Dollar yen's just made a new high for the day.
yeah,
If we can get
dollar
inside
yen.
bar or something.
Yeah, so I made $20 in that 35-second move. So,
Well done.
thanks. It's my first trade of the morning, Larry. Okay, so you were saying that the dollar yen has had made a new high. Correct.
So if we can get a signal inside bar or something, would we now look for longs?
No, I would wait. I'm looking on a dollar yen, looking for price action. I'm looking for a pullback, right? So I'd like a pullback at least to the 25 that would give me, 4 or 5 pips to that swing high to test it again. So I wouldn't take an inside bar just off the break of it, just for the simple fact that I'm coming into resistance right here. Right, see the resistance? It's all right in here, right there. So, and I'm in in my 15-minute, I'm at the top of a channel that I drew a couple of days ago, and it's hitting that channel. So that's telling me I just better, relax and let it do its pullback first.
Also, I can't remember, on dollar yen, was this one of your rules? If you go back to New York midnight, there's been sort of effectively 3 waves up.
Yeah, waves are important.
1, 2,
One,
3.
2. Yeah, so the wave is going to tell you, we're going to keep going. Waves are very important. You can see the wave there. You see it, there's a beautiful entry long.
Yeah.
This one's a little bit smaller, and this one here is smaller because it's so tight to the 25. But like I can't express enough how important those big numbers are. Yeah, and like I don't care if you use the 20, the 22, the 27, the 20. A lot of people use the 20, the 50, the 80. Who was that? Uh, uh, oh, I can't remember. Who was that guy that Larry? Who was that guy that Roger used to trade with?
I don't think I know. I've always, as you said, the numbers, 25, 50, 75, to me that's always been the basic.
Craig Harrison.
Oh, that was forever ago.
Yeah. He actually went into his basement or his garage when he was just getting started, and because they were buddies, and
Yeah, probably cut up a pig together.
they cut up. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to tell him you said that. He'll get a laugh out of that. All right, so what do we got? We got a
That was
G.
really nice. Oh.
So we had to see now if I'd have stayed in that trade, and I'd be down 120, 130 bucks right now. There's no reason to stay in the trade. Don't be greedy. If you're up $20 and 20, 30 bucks, just take the money and get the heck out of Dodge.
Absolutely.
All right, let's quickly scan. We got time to scan, but I like to try and get my scanning relatively quickly, as close to the 5 minute, and as close to right after the 5 minute, because you obviously want to see the move. So now here was an aggressive inside bar, very aggressive, right at the 75. Right, it's already done its move. But if I was sitting here watching it, I would have hammered that sucker. For 3 pips, and I wouldn't have put a basket on it. I would have just taken the trade because all my MAs aren't really in order. So it's a judgment call trade. But I think we talked about the pound a few minutes ago, saying that I want all the MAs in order. Well, they're all coming into order now. The only one not in its right position is the 30. And probably this candle or the next candle, it will be in order. So it doesn't take long, because it was it was only 3 candles ago. It was just 3 candles ago that the 10 and the 30 were above the 50. So I'll be looking for shorts on this pound on the next couple of candles, most definitely. So did your guy come back in and finish your kitchen, Larry? let's go back to the pound. It's the only really one that we're interested in watching at the moment. Look at that. Look at that pound go. Look at it go. Look at it go.
Well,
Nice, nice. It's going to go right to the 25 now. It's got lots of room to go now. Yeah, there's nothing. Nothing stopping us for almost 50 pips. Oh, shoot. This way. There's my two. Oops. I need to get rid of that one. That's where I think it's going to turn around. I've marked it on my 4 hour, so I can move that down to a 1 hour. And look at it. I have.
What was the reason not to take this trade?
It had already done its move. I missed the first initial move. I try not to chase it. Right.
So which first initial move?
Well, as soon as it had broke, it had wicked down 9 pips, and then it had come back up, and it was kind of just sitting in this area for almost 2 minutes of that candle.
Okay, but couldn't we have taken the short on the break of the inside bar?
Most definitely. The only, like I said, I was when this trade I wanted to jump on, but it had taken its initial first push down and then came back up, and my moving averages were not all in order at that point. Now it is in order. Because the 30 was.
Yeah, that's the reason why we didn't at the start.
The 30 was still above, so I didn't.
Yeah.
I said I said it was a judgment call trade, right?
it was a fast-moving candle.
And it was a very fast-moving candle. So when it came down and then it came back up right away, and the push back up was just as powerful as the push down. It's. I missed the initial move, so I don't chase it, because I've noticed that if I end up chasing a trade, 40% of the time you might get it, but 60% of the time you're going to get hurt.
I agree.
So never just if it pulls back, try never to say, oh well, maybe it's going to keep going. It's already done its move, right? And people have already gotten out, because what happens is when that wick goes down and pumps down, all those sellers that are right there, they've just taken their profit. That's why it pushed right back up again really fast, right? Because there's more buyers saying no, we're not going to let that happen. So the buyers kind of took over on that candle. So the sellers just quickly took their and it's probably the same guy doing the buying and selling just like I'm doing, or the same company, right? You just get in, get out, right? All right, I'm going to take 1 minute, grab a coffee, and visit the head. I'll be right back.
Dave? Hello?
He's probably gone to the toilet too.
Oh, I was talking to you. Where in Australia are you?
Yeah, I'm not in Australia.
I'm sorry?
I'm not in Australia. They sound like Australian.
Where are you?
I'm in Spain.
And where?
In Spain.
Spain?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know why I thought you were from Australia. No, I don't know what made me think that. Sorry.
No problem.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Just coffee and a slice of cold pizza.
Yeah. I'm just gonna do. I'm just looking.
$1 maybe? It closes above.
Well, we're in the wiggle. So
Mhm.
unless it's an inside bar, and unless it's an aggressive inside bar, I'm not interested in it. I'm not really interested in any trades for the next 11 minutes, unless it's an aggressive inside bar.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
All
That
right.
if it closed above the 10, yeah,
All right.
which
So
it didn't.
it didn't. It's no,
Yeah.
it would have closed above the 10. Wouldn't have really mattered to me. I'm sitting right at this 25. Look at this. You know, you go up to the
Yeah.
25, comes back down, goes through the 25, comes back, stops at the 25, comes down to
Yeah. Well,
to this double top area, right here in this area,
mhm.
goes back up, comes back down to the 25. So is it looking long? It's absolutely looking long, right? But where
Yeah.
are
No,
we?
I was hoping that it was going to be aggressive. That it was going to break through the 25 again and still be an inside bar.
Right. So if we're looking for the reasons why it's kind of waffling, we just go to a higher time frame for a second and we look and we say, okay, so what do we really have from here to here? We have 13 pips, you know. So that line right there, 140, 340, sorry. I drew a line at 420. If I open these up and I take a really closer look at it, you know, I'm really not that far away from where I drew my line, and it's really not that far away. We're looking only at 10, 11 pips. That's exactly what I'm looking at here, 10, 11. I got 11 pips to there. So there's only 4 or 5 pips from here to that swing, to that resistance level. There's really only 8 or 9 pips to be had here before this either breaks this level, which if it breaks, it's going to continue to keep going long for a while till this triple top right there. Draw another line there. So I you know, it's important in my mind, and hopefully you guys can see how I'm reading this, that I'm okay not to take certain trades because I don't want to get stung, and it's really important to look at higher time frames, even when you're scalping. You know, like people say, well, you know, you're just scalping. What? Just stick with the 5 minute. Well, to
But
me,
even though earlier you were happy to scalp for the 3 pips, you know, like you were happy to take your trade into the 25, even though it was 3 pips away.
I was, because I knew it was going to hit it again. because that's just inherent. It's an inherent thing that it's going to hit that 25, hit that 25. It's until it makes its mind to break through it. You know, if there's room, 3 to 5 to, you know, like you can see here, you know, there's 2. There's 4. It's gonna keep going and bouncing its head off that until it either gets hurt, it says I don't want to hit my head anymore, and then turns around, or it's gonna go through it and say see you later, sucker. All right, let's take a quick gander here. I gotta take a picture of this because I gotta say that this is not right. All right, just give me a second here. See, on my indicator there, this one is right. This one here, the open and close, the close should be greater than the 30% at the close, and the open, sorry, on this one here it would be the open. It needs to be up here, so wherever it closes it needs to be tighter at the top. Right now it gave me a signal because it opened in the top 30%, but it closed, but it went down and it came back up and still closed in the top 30%. But to me, this is not a valid, like, I'm going to jump all over it trade. So I got a little bit of work to figure that out yet. Let me just send that off. This is a no-go. And this one's this one. Let me just do this.
Is euro a possible short in 4 minutes?
Yeah, just give me a second. Sorry.
So sorry. Yeah.
There. All right, there we go. So euro.
Yeah, possible short within 4 minutes if it stays down.
It is. Most definitely it is. All right.
But,
Now it depends on how close it gets to the.
Yeah.
Right. So if it gets within, you know, 1 or 2 pips of the 25, I'm not going to trade it. I'm going to wait till it. And you know what? I don't want to. I don't care if I say, oh, it gives me the signal and then it breaks it and drives through it, and I'm like, oh, I should have taken it. You can't be worried about what you didn't do. What all you can do is analyze it at the end of the day. Go back to every trade that you could have took and measure them and see how many of those were successful versus not successful, and you'll find that if it's not at least a 75-80% successful over the last week, then don't do it. You'll come to that confirmation in your mind that says, well, that'll get rid of that woulda, shoulda, coulda very quickly.
I think making money on other trades and being overall profitable as well helps say, yeah, so I missed one, big deal.
True.
The candle forming, I'm showing it on mine. It's showing up as an inside bar. So I guess that's just the broker difference.
Let's see
It's
here.
so close.
Mine might be as well, apart from the
Okay, so I have a high of 29 and I have a high of 28, so it is an inside bar that's creating.
So it'll be an inside bar and a signal bar.
It will be both, and that to me is gold.
But it's in the wiggle.
It's the last candle of the wiggle.
True, true.
So we're just going to see how aggressive it's going to move now.
Yeah, getting closer to the 25.
Yeah.
Why didn't it stay higher?
Come on, break the 25. So it's no longer an inside bar. It's just a signal. Come on, break that 25.
How long do we have left?
No, 10 seconds. It's too late. It's a no trade. You know, it's just, to me, automatically it's a no trade.
Okay, but now would it be a trade if it breaks the low?
No, it's no trade.
Why?
Where's it at?
Well,
Now it's a trade. It has to break that 25. But you see how it's broke that 25, and it's just.
But wasn't the signal bar low at 25? So therefore, a break of the low would
No,
be
it's
a break of
right at the 25. The signal is right on its close is the 25.
Yeah, it's backing up and down, up and down.
Yeah, so I would prefer it to have pushed 3 or 4 or 5 pips away from the 25 to the low.
Look at your 15-minute chart.
Yeah.
For what times it bounced off it.
Right there.
There it goes.
All right. I'm not going to chase it. Pardon me?
I said it looks like it wants to go.
It wants to go.
Back at the bottom of your channel on your, is that an hourly chart?
This one here, this is a 4-hour channel, but it's down below the channel now. So so that's a good sign. You know, you miss a trade. This is important in my mind. I miss a trade, but I look at the potential setup for the next trade on this pair. So when I'm looking at what I'm looking at right now is like, great, I want it to stay below the 25. I want it to retest the 25. I'm looking for another signal or an inside bar. That's beautiful. You know, as long as it's in the direction. I look at a higher time frame, it's below my channel. That's perfect. Where it's below it's below the support and resistance that I drew. That's all good reasons to say, okay, well, now it's confirmed for the next time.
Yeah.
And I can keep in the back of my mind that it's confirmed for the next time I get a trade. So if I get a nice inside bar off this and it's kind of, 4 or 5 or 6 pips away from the 25, it's a good potential that it's going to continue. All right. GJ wants to go long again. But the river's telling me no. The river is telling me no. River's telling me stay away.
on your river you have it displaced forward a few bars?
I do. 0 to shift. I shifted the same moving average. So it's the 10, shift 1, shift 2, shift 3, shift 4, shift 5, shift 6. I think that's what the shift is. Yeah. 1, 2. Same thing with the 50, the 30, shift 1 through all right. Miss that GU. I gotta stop talking to start trading. Okay. So, are you there, John? I mean, Dave? Prime example, why not to trade against the 25?
Yeah, I can see that.
There he is. He's back. Dave, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. So I've put that EU back up on the chart, and there's a prime example why not to trade against the 25. All right. I do see that I miss, I do miss trades, but when I go back at the end of the day and I analyze the trades, and then you got to look at all your rules and your reasons, and a good percentage of them are good that I missed those trades. Can't get them all though.
Nope.
Is it quality, not quantity?
Yeah, and that's when I start, wondering, do you cut out a pair or just to see? But I think 6 pairs is okay.
I got
You have 8, right?
I have 8, but I'm probably going to cut out a couple more. I'm probably going to cut GJ out because it's just such a spread.
Cut out which one?
GJ.
PJ, yeah, the spread is high. What do you feel is your most reliable, or I should say more active pair?
I'm going to say the pound dollar and the euro dollar.
Right.
And so if I'm to keep them, I would want to keep the Aussie dollar, EJ, EU, pound dollar, and dollar yen. I do like New Zealand dollar as well. New Zealand dollar is good for swing trading. Like, it inherently always goes from 25 to 75. There's just no, But you know, like this pound yen, up to the 50, down to the 0, kind of waffled in and around the 25. Yeah, so I would take the U-Chef and the pound yen off. Far cry from a couple of years ago, hey Larry?
Yeah, no. Absolutely. But that was crazy. We were just greedy.
We were. I had fun.
It was fear of loss, but this is smarter. I mean, look at Mr. Pip, 2 pair.
Yeah. He also looks at 3 pair. He looks at the Aussie, the Euro, and the dollar primarily.
Oh,
But his favorite is the Euro rate at the moment because the pound, I guess there's a cost on the pound for him through his broker or something. All right, so we have a pullback. So we'll have nothing here on this one. So we have a sell signal on the Euro dollar. Let's quickly look at it. Did I go to the Euro dollar? What do I have a sell?
Dollar yen long we got.
Oh, dollar yen, sorry.
Dollar yen long.
In the squeeze. Signal in the squeeze, closing the top 30 of the candle. Measure it, 3 pips. The river is narrowing here. You see how these are all coming across? I'm not interested. I mean, it is valid. It is a valid trade in the squeeze. You know what?
is your yellow line your 15?
1 second. No, the yellow line is, I got rid of the 15 just for this.
Oh, for 30?
It's a 30, yeah.
Okay. Why'd you get rid of the 15?
Just,
I mean,
I was just, because it was kind of overlaying on top of my 10 at that point. So I just pulled it off for, during this webinar for a couple, I'll put it back on. I just pulled it off. Just
okay.
all right. We're gonna get a sell signal on the euro dollar. 2 minutes, but let's hope it stays up where it is. If not, we're not interested. No. I'm not interested unless it closes now below the 25. I don't, I'm not really interested. It's too close.
Will we also get a buy signal on dollar yen? Same.
Let's go quickly look at it.
Same thing with
Well,
25 again.
as long as it closes above the 25, if it closes above the 25, we're good for 4 to 5 pips. But it has to close above the 25. It has to. It's just if it stops right here, I'm not taking the trade. I got 35 seconds, so let's watch it. Doesn't look like I'm going to be interested in the trade.
It's stuck at 24.
Yeah. Not interested.
And euro as well, it didn't get through the 25?
Nope. Not interested. Hopefully you guys are seeing this. You're getting it. You're getting it. It's it's many screen hours of time. And you might not get it, but at one point you will, and you'll see it. And
We've an entry in dollar Swiss.
We do. We have an entry opportunity here in dollar Swiss. So we're looking real quickly. We've got 4 to 5 pips to the swing high. We've got 3 pips to the, that's a good opportunity. Most definitely. All right, so we're in. Let's see what it does. There it goes. Come on, keep going. My commissions are covered. So I'll likely get out right here. I'm not going to wait for it to go all the way up to the swing high. Come on, there you go. Give it a little push. Oh, you turd.
It's amazing. There's like a 1.5 pip difference where your candle closed above the 10. Mine didn't on my broker.
Huh.
Mine did.
Yeah, 1 pip, it's right there. Interesting.
We should be arbitraging against the brokers. That 1 pip would make a lot of money.
You better believe it.
Except my broker, I tried arbitraging once, and they told me, "We love you as a client, but you do it again, we're going to boot you."
It's Pepperstone, right?
Yeah, they don't like it.
Oh.
Well, because basically I was taking all their commissions away from them, right?
Everybody's got to live.
Yep.
It's a nice trade.
It's waffling right now, so I'm up half a pip. I should just exit the dang thing. You know, I'm in profit, so come on, up you go. There it goes. There you go. Now I got 1.5 on it. Come on. Yeah, I'm out. I don't like it when it stops. Oh, look at that, beautiful out. Okay. Now we move on.
Yeah, the lesson is you can't just hope it goes. You got to trade what you see.
Yeah. Yeah, you see, and what I saw there was let's go back to it for a second. I saw that it installed right, it installed right at this level. So, take my $15 or $11 and get the heck out of Dodge. What did I get on that? I made $11 on it.
I'm assuming from watching you, it's very rare that you're in 2 trades at the same time. Because you can't get in and out quick enough? Or I should say out quick enough.
I can't get out quick enough. Yes and no. It depends on the market. It really, really depends on the market. But I'm not like I used to be in, 10 trades at a time. Very rarely am I in any more than 3 or 4 at a time anymore. Very, very rarely. But like I said, if I get that perfect signal that I'm looking for, I'll load that. I'll load that sucker. And that's how I'm getting. Sometimes I get my couple of hundred pips, right? Because I got 10 trades in, or 8 or 10 trades in and I'm taking 4 pips on each of them, well, 5 pips on each of them. Well, that's 40 pips right there. Boom, 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 boom.
Right.
Okay, so EU 25. Look what it did. It does not want to leave that 25 yet. There's not enough volume built up in either buyers or sellers to make it move past that 25.
Same on the dollar yen, 25. It's turned away.
Right. It's that psychological number, most definitely. See, if you look at these inside bars, the inside bar wicks tell you a lot on these inside bar. This wick on this inside bar, even though it was a short, this wick was bigger than this top wick, so it's telling me that it's telling me that the bulls are in charge. Well, I mean, this whole series of bulls are in charge, but that big push back up, and then this lower part of this candle, the wick, telling me, you know, if it came down here and it broke below, I probably would not take the trade, because it's telling me that, yeah, it's going to come and test it, but it's probably going to go north. All right, so it's important to look at the 3 or 4 candles in front of you just to see exactly what they've inherently done. I've you know, and that was an aha moment for me probably in the last 6 months. You know, so really studying exactly what these wicks of these candles are talking about. Like what is the story? Because remember, we're only in for 4 or 5 minutes, 30 seconds. What's the story behind all of these candles? You know, like what are they telling you? So. Oh, I thought he would pop in and say hi. All right, what do we got there? We got an Aussie dollar inside bar. Okay, so I'm looking at this Aussie dollar inside bar. Am I interested in taking it? No. There's a reason.
Inside bar.
All right, I'm going to move to another pair for a minute while you guys are figuring that one out.
It's because it's finished blue and it closed at the top.
Yes, exactly. All right, we had an inside bar back here on this New Zealand dollar, right at the big number. If you were a counter trend trader, I'd have taken that trade north. But I'm not a counter trend trader, so I don't take that trade. This succession of bigger wicks on the bottom are telling me it's going to go north. It's, even though we're down, it's telling me, okay, we've come to a resistance level, the 25 or the zeros or the 75s or the 50s. We've come to this level. We don't want to go anymore, and the power of the wicks that are on the bottom are telling me which direction it's going to go for the next couple of minutes, whether it's the next 10 minutes, 5 minutes, you know. And as a scalper, that's an important thing, because I'm going to sneeze here, sorry. You know, we're not in it for, we don't want to sit, as you've noticed, I'm not sitting holding trades for 10, 15 pip stop losses either, because I just don't, you know, like it's like 15's my max, and the bodies of the candles have to tell me the reason to stay in it that long. There has to be a solid reason to stay in it that long. But normally, if it waffles 2, 3, I'm out. I don't want to give back more than I need to give back, and I don't want to take away from the market more than the market's willing to offer me in a very short time frame. Okay, so we have an aggressive push down here on this candle right now, but I'm not going to trade against this big number. It's just not going to happen, right? Scalping is an art.
Huh.
That's why a lot of people can't scalp. You know, and they just can't. Okay, we're going to get another signal on this euro dollar to go short, right? So we'll have 3 signals going short. If I look back here, look at all the signals going short, it's telling me that at some point it's going to get exhausted from, there's not enough longs, there's not enough buyers in the market. So at some point in time, real soon, it's going to break short and it's going to continue down. But we want that confirmation. We want it to break down, close below this. You know, we want this close below and a retest to this 25 before I'm going to be comfortable enough to take shorts on it. Otherwise, I'm going to get whipsawed. I'm going to get whipsawed for 5, 6 every single time. You might get 1 or 2, but you're going to get hurt.
It has to break the lows of those couple wicks.
Exactly.
Sound terrible.
Oh, I'm starting to feel worse, so I might actually call this thing off.
Yeah, you know what? And I wouldn't mind. I think I'm going to try to grab like an hour's sleep before I start, an hour and a half before I start trading.
All right, man.
For real. Dave, thank you very, very much. This is very helpful.
Anytime, my friend. Anytime. You know it. I hope you guys don't mind if I book out early on this one, because I'm just not really feeling the market.
No. Rest up and feel better.
Thank you very much for the time again.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah, Dave and John, we'll do this again next week if you want.
Well, I mean, we're on Skype, and we'll just send some screenshots of trades, and when you've got another free day, let us know.
Well, this time of the day I have every day free. I don't like to trade Mondays. I don't like to trade Fridays. I'm not trading into tomorrow or into Friday's NFP either. So so I'll probably scalp tomorrow if I'm feeling better, but I don't expect it to be an enormous day because of the NFP. So
NFP's next week.
no, it's Friday. First Friday.
It's not going to be this Friday.
Is it not?
No, it's the 10th. It's
Oh,
I don't know why.
why? That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
I think that's only happened 1 or 2 other times that I've ever. I haven't even opened my news yet this morning. That's like I'm just sitting here.
Something
Going,
about a strike, wasn't it?
oh,
There was some strike, and therefore they delayed it.
Yeah, but Friday's going to be bad news because you got like 3 or 4 different Fed people speaking.
yeah.
So if anything could screw up the market.
It's
I'm going to jump out, lads.
all right. It's funny. I traded the inaugural speech. I had fun. Every time he clapped, they clapped. Because I went down to a 1-minute chart. Every time they clapped, I made 2 or 3 pips. Every time they stood up and clapped, I made 5.
That's very funny.
All
All right, Dave, listen, feel better.
All right, man. All right,
All
guys.
right, I hope you feel better. I'll talk to you later.
Cheers, man.
All
Nice
right.
to meet you, Larry.
All right, guys.
Thanks very much again.
All right. Bye for now, guys.